Exactly. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time y'all watch this, man. It's the Passive Podcast. We back, man. Episode 91, man. We about to talk about what are the best and the worst shows, period. Not just in, I guess in 2022, or maybe it don't matter if it's still on. Maybe it's a show you watch for 3 seasons, 4 seasons. It could be anything. Maybe it could be an old show. You just want to get off your chest and say it sucked, or it's a good show that you like. Yo, that show is dope. Nah, we be like, oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? So, but what's up? What's good, y'all? What's going on, man? Let's check up on each other first. You know what I'm saying? What up, Chuck Juan?
Oh, not much, man. I'm just chilling. I'm slowly getting into a wonderful place. You know what I'm saying? So I can't complain.
Yeah, I like to hear
How
that.
about you, Chuck, brother?
Man, just getting ready for the holidays, man, with the family and whatnot, and dealing with the slowdown at work. So just make
That's not
sure I
even a
got
topic.
everything in place.
I guess that's not a topic, but I think we did talk about it last time. But you celebrate Christmas. You got a family, Chuck. So you doing a lot of Christmas shopping. You doing a lot of you broke? Are you broke, man?
Nah,
What's going
nah,
on?
nah. Nah. As far as Christmas shopping and all that, no, it's what they need. It's what
Oh,
they
dude.
need.
Okay.
The boys,
Okay.
it's clothes because they're outgrowing the stuff that I got for the beginning of the school year. Boys, nah. If it's something like Legos, yeah, maybe that's a different story because I can get down with the Legos myself. But I'm not
I
I'm not
love
about to
that.
go broke. Trying to you know just trying to make them happy for what, a couple of days, because after a while they're gonna see something else and they're gonna put that down. Nah, I do the Legos because the Legos don't go out of style.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't go out of style, and they it's like a building tool. They teach you how to build and do stuff. It's like a learning tool, kind of at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's why I
man.
like
Because
Legos.
it's like this, man. I'm in my late 40s, but hey, we go to Legoland. You see my big ass over there with building a little race car too. I'm
Yo, I
not
be
gonna
watching
lie.
it. What's the show? Don't they got Lego? Like was it Legoland? No, Lego something for the show. The show
Lego Masters, Lego Masters.
Lego Masters. Yeah. I watched Lego Masters. What up, Vaughn? I hope you watch Lego Masters. We
What up,
talking
fellas?
about, talking about Lego
What's
Masters, but
up?
you got kids too. What up, Vaughn?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
How
How
you
you doing, man? We
doing?
about to get into the topics, man. But we was talking about his kids. I was wondering if he was broke because it's Christmas. I'm like, you broke yet, Chuck? And he's like, no, just we get Legos or something like that. So, are you broke, Vaughn? You broke for the holidays yet, or what? What's going on?
Let me see what's up. It's a little choppy for me. I'm gonna come out and come back in.
All right, cool. Juan Blue said, "What up, y'all?" You know what I'm saying?
Hello, hello.
The house. Now let's get into the
I see you
topics
want
right
to
away.
tell
We
her
got
hello.
a couple topics. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off with Jay-Z gets rejected from Bacardi for Douce. So he was trying to so basically what happened was Jay-Z offers Bacardi 1.5 billion for ownership of Douce, but he got rejected from Bacardi. Anybody hear about that story?
Nah, that's the first I hear it. I didn't even know he was trying to pursue purchasing, anything from Bacardi.
Well, he was not. He was trying
Nah,
to
I
sell it
ain't know
off,
nothing
and
about the spirits, man.
he was trying to sell a percentage off, I believe, or sell the actual Douce, his company. And I guess he got rejected. Now, the reason I brought that up is because there's a lot of business deals that a lot of people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes that these entrepreneurs do, like Jay-Z. People go, why is Jay-Z a billionaire? Why is he? How much? Where's his money coming from? He's doing like deals that we don't know about. It's not just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I want to bring it up, because it's like passive income. Hip hop is his thing. He's doing things on the side, making mad dough, and we don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they probably turned him down, but maybe somebody else might pick up that deal, because Douce is a profitable company. You know.
But it comes down to, when they look at it, they probably say if it was lower, maybe they don't see the return fast enough in their eyes compared to whatever other businesses that they may have purchased previously on the past. So that could explain why they're like, yeah, no, you're not giving me that type of money for it. So by the time we recover and make a profit, it could be 10, 20 years when they probably want to make it in 5 or 10 max.
Yeah, I don't know the whole deal about it. I read into it, but it wasn't gonna give me too much details. But I just want you guys to know that Jay-Z's doing more deals than just hip hop. I just wanted to bring that out to the masses, that people, he's not just doing hip hop. Like people are like, well, how's he rich? I'm like, yo, he got liquor, he got this, he's doing this. It's just like Nas, he's doing doorbells, and everybody's doing other things to get this dough out there. You know what I'm saying? And they're being entrepreneurs. Chuck, you gonna say something? I was gonna say something. Feel like you was gonna no. Vaughn, we talk about Jay-Z.
No.
Jay-Z gets rejected. I don't know if you noticed, but he offers Bacardi $1.5 billion for the ownership of Douce, and he got rejected from Bacardi.
Yeah, because they want bigger money than that. That's money, but they in a different ballpark. It's levels. It's levels for the money. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You gotta think Bacardi been around for how long, man? You know how long Bacardi been around? They rich as fuck. They like one of them family-owned companies, like a Wonder Bread or whoever. You know what I mean? People that's been established.
Yeah, like Coca-Cola, like a Coca-Cola,
Pepsi, and stuff like that. Yeah, so they got that big money. They probably wanted more. Maybe they wanted stock options. I don't know what it was. The details haven't came out yet. But let's go to number 2. Will Smith is back, man. He's back outside. Who want to talk about Will Smith real quick?
I ain't got nothing to say about the man. Like I said, he's got a long way to go after what he pulled. In my eyes, anyway. I don't know about the public or in Hollywood or whoever deals with him. You know what I mean?
Okay. Chuck, you want to talk about Big Willie?
I mean, I see that he got Apple TV movie called Emancipation. I see it out there, but and I'm not in a rush. Not in a rush to watch it. I mean, if Mom Dukes want to watch it or something, or the wife or something, no problem. But I'm not in a rush to see it, man. Tell you the truth.
Is it because of you think he's stained, or what do you mean you're not in a rush to see his movie? It's supposed to be a good movie. It's a real movie on a history of black people. No,
but see, that's the thing. I mean, that's when I've been watching that. I've been watching a lot of those lately, man. I'll tell you the truth, man. That's another reason why I said something about our top 5 movies or TV shows and stuff like that, because I had a debate with my moms about Roots, because Roots it came out when I was almost 2, but I remember her sitting us down watching it when I was I think it was like 5. She sat down and she was explaining it to us, and telling us that's how her grandmother explained it to her. So I'm just like, I started watching all of those, and I'm like, damn, this is making me pissed off. I'm getting kind of feeling some type of way from just looking at it. But it's education. It's it's building knowledge. It's teaching us some of the things that happen to our people. But like I said, I'm not in a rush to see the movie. Not just because it's Will Smith.
Well, I'm just listen, Vaughn, before I get your perspective, but he's not. I got Will Smith on a hot topic list is because he's back outside. It's like I don't know. It's not about do you forgive him or whatever. Or you're gonna see the movie. I did see him on Trevor Noah, and I think he gave a sincere reason behind the debacle, right? And he's human. He's human, man. All the good he's done and all the great things he's done for the culture. That one little tank, man, it's that's between him and Rock right now. You know what I'm saying? So like in my mind, it's not like I'm forgiving Will Smith, but just like I think it was wrong for him to do. But at the same time, I think he's back outside. I support him. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Vaughn?
I have no desire to see the movie. Besides what Chuck said about the whole slavery thing, and that's always popping up, and they always throwing it at us. It's just Will Smith, like, besides on what he did, I know everyone's human, people make mistakes, but it's kind of like, nah, it's different to me in this case, because when you disrespect another black man in public like that, it holds a different type of weight. You know what I'm saying? We see that a lot anyway, just by social media on Twitter, Instagram, and World Star. That's like that. But when you're at a certain level, I don't care if you black or Hispanic, especially like minorities, we got to treat each other a little better in that public eye. So for him to do that at that stage kind of shows me that he's far removed from thinking that way. You see what I'm saying? Like I would never sit there and smack I'm not smacking a grown man unless I really mean it, but I'm not going to smack a grown man in front of millions of people, a minority. You know what I'm saying? Especially something like that. So I think when I see his face, I think about that. You know what I'm saying? and I don't really. He can apologize all he wants to, but some things you just can't come back from when you do certain things. You know what I'm saying? To me, as a man, you know what I'm saying. I wish him success, but I never was a real like big Will Smith fan like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought he had some good flicks here and there, but I wasn't like, oh, he's a great actor. Oh, he's Denzel. Oh, I need to see. Nah, I was never like that with him. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, dope show. But yeah, I don't really want to see it, man. But kudos to him for putting his face out there and admitting that he was wrong. But I mean, it is what it is at this stage.
You know, it kind of goes back to like, we just lost like, Twitch from Ellen show, right? And a lot of people are quoting, you never know what people are going through, right? And that's kind of like where I'm going. I'm not saying it was he's living that. I don't know what happened with Twitch. No one really knows what's going on, what was happening in his life. But you know what I'm saying? This is why everyone's saying and expressing that. It's the same thing with Will Smith. Who knows what he was going through? He had to be going through a lot for him to like get up and actually, you know what I mean? When he got there, he probably was like, "What am I doing?" And he was like, and he did something, but he did the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like you said, I don't want to see no black on. I want to see another black man hit another black man. I don't want to see that. I don't. It's like I said. He's tainted. But is he tainted enough for you never to watch another movie, never to speak good about him again as a black man? Like, I mean, that's all I want.
You can always do something wrong, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's the way you handle yourself with certain situations, right? Like, so if I do something and if I publicly embarrass you, I'm gonna publicly apologize to you right there, right? I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna set my war. I'm not gonna act like nothing ever happened and come back, double back when I get the feedback, and I'm like, oh, this was happening, blah, 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 blah. It don't hold the same weight as it held before. You kind of see what I'm saying? But again, mental health is serious. So, he's definitely going to do something, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to do something and I smack the hell out of somebody on TV, you might be like, yo, you wilding. But I'm going to apologize. If I wait, I'm going to get the same feedback, especially if I'm in that realm. I'm saying if you're in that certain realm of what you're doing, entertainment, I should say. That's how I feel about it.
No, I get it. Let's get off Will Smith and talk a little bit more about Kanye, man. Anybody got any more details, anything they want to still talk about Kanye? I just want to like open it up to more Kanye conversation because he's just out there. I'm not saying he's making a fool of himself, but he's out there making a lot of statements, a lot of things. He's doing a lot of interviews. He's just doing things that a lot of people are uncomfortable with. So I don't know if you guys want to talk about that. Juan, anything?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I think he's at a point in his life where I think he feel he had a good run. He did a lot in his life, and now he wants to make people. Like I said, I knew there was something going on with him when he started being more religious. He probably had an awakening, and he probably said, "You know what? I gotta let the people know what's going on behind closed doors when you hit a certain plateau or start dealing with bigger name companies." Then he put Balenciaga up front about the children thing, and now that's you see everybody. That's people want to talk about his craziness, but they don't want to talk about what he's really saying. Like you said in the past, Mark, maybe he's not the proper speaker for some of these conversations, but he's putting it out there in the front street where I hate to say this, other celebrities looking more like a sellout because of the money. Where he's like, hey, I'm comfortable in life. I made enough to take care of my kids, myself, and my kids' kids. So whatever happens now, it is what it is. But I'm going to let the people know how it really is, especially for ethnic people, especially Black community. It happened with Kyrie Irving. People laughing about the vaccine and everything else, but nobody's really listening to what he's saying. And I think the same thing with Kanye. Like you said, he's probably not that speaker. He's probably not saying it in the best form. And like you said, yeah, he's doing all these interviews. But if you really listen and try to break it down, what is he really not telling the truth about? This is his experience of his firsthand knowledge of what happened. We can't say he's lying or he's off the chain because we wasn't there. Only him and whoever his inner circle or the people that surrounded him during these events. That's my personal opinion.
Chuck, you want to still talk about Kanye or you off him?
Yeah, to piggyback off what Juan said, I mean, like they said, if there's nothing serious about it, why are these people going to the extremes to, try to discredit some truth behind it? Plain and simple. I mean, it's truth behind it because like they said, if it's not true, why are you putting all your chips in the basket to discredit what he's saying?
Yeah.
True.
So, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be or whatever. So
You sound like RoboCop again, Chuck.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Breaking up, dog.
might not be the right person to.
RoboCop 9, dog.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
No, don't worry about it.
That RoboCop. Nah.
Hey, Vaughn, like talk about you.
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
Oh, I'm sorry.
something going on with this one, man.
You still,
But
yeah,
that's it.
still talking, Jay?
Yeah. So Kanye is a polarizing figure. You know what I'm saying? I think
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I mentioned this before. I mentioned this before about Ye. How I feel about him is like sometimes the message gets lost by the messenger. You know what I'm saying? So back to what Juan stated about not being able to speak on certain things or shouldn't be the person that speaks about it. But if you listen to what he's saying, he's not lying. He's telling his truth, whatever that may be. And the first thing, the biggest thing that we do in our community, hip hop community or our culture, we quit to call someone crazy. You know what I'm saying? And crazy is a term that I hate to use in general because
Me too.
that's kind of dismissive, right? When
Yeah.
someone is doing something outside of your normal, they say crazy, right? But just maybe you're the one that's crazy, right? Like maybe you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you think someone else is. So I think what he's saying is on point. I just think that I think that he needs help. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times these blogs and bloggers and these major networks want ratings and clickbait, so they grab them. And when have you heard someone have a mental breakdown and there's a camera in front of them all the time? Like you don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, what you do, if you hear about someone grabs them and brings them in and won't let no one talk to them. For some reason, when it's Kanye, it's like, yeah, well, what are you gonna say? So he's gonna say something erratic because of his mind. He's getting lost in his thoughts. He's saying what comes to his mind, but he need to pull back. So I think that's the thing with him. I don't think he's crazy. I think he even said might have a chemical imbalance. I might be a little bipolar. He said he wasn't recently, but they said he was before. So that goes again with having a mental breakdown. You know what I'm saying? When you saying certain things and people are like, but you just confirmed that you was like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I think he should be held, and us in the hip hop community should bring him in and protect that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like putting him on front and dissecting what he's saying and calling him bugging and for clickbait. That's how I feel about him.
No, 100%. I don't like the first. I know I don't like the word crazy. You know, the reason I developed one of my clothing line brands, Monkey Nuts, is just a funny word for crazy. Like I'm just trying to like get people from not saying crazy because I don't like the word myself. But anyway, I think he is telling some type of truth. Yeah, and it is quick to just yell and call him crazy. I was watching what's it, Noriega on Drink Champs recently, and he had EYL brothers on there, and he had 19 Keys on it. So you guys got to go watch that one. It's a 4-hour interview. Y'all can watch it in spurts or whatever.
Damn, 4 hours.
Yeah, but it's a great interview. It's just because they kicking knowledge. These guys kicking, they kicking knowledge. Earn your leisure, guys, and you got 19 Keys in there, right? So, but Noriega said, he goes, yo, let me talk about Kanye real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all something that nobody knows. He said Kanye's the one that called and told me to pull that episode. Because Kanye was like, he was saying like what I was saying, Juan. He was saying, I'm not the right person to say what I'm trying to say because I'm not I'm not a good speaker. I might have misspoke, but this is the message I was trying to give out was just misconstrued because I was trying to say it this way, but I probably came out that way or whatever. He's not the best speaker, and that's the reason he was telling Noriega, take it off, and that's why they took it down. And it wasn't because Revoke said take it down or Noriega said because Noriega was getting a lot of backlash. If y'all don't know that, he was getting a lot of people like, yo, you sold out, you this, you that, you this. Noriega, he was getting a lot of hate. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hate mail. And so Noriega was like confused to take it down or not, but he wasn't. He was just gonna take out some clips. You know what I mean? Because it was disrespectful for the families and stuff. But Kanye said, you know what? Take that whole thing down, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I respect that. Like that Kanye he made a mistake and he said, man, just take it down, man. I don't want you to make money. I don't make money. I don't even want it out there anymore, even though there's probably the clips is still out there. You know what I mean? So,
But Mark, as black as minorities, we can't afford to make mistakes. So
exactly.
when we make a mistake, they holding our feet to the fire. You know what I'm saying? And that's Hispanic, that's black. We don't get too many second and third chances. So the system is like that from the start. So Kyrie, like you mentioned Kyrie, what's happening with Kyrie? Like same type of thing. Like he spoke his truth, what he felt, and they try to railroad him. like what I'm saying?
And now he's wearing what? Pro kids, on his feet. But
Yeah.
He gonna get another something else.
Yeah, get another deal. I'm just making a
else.
joke, but I lighten it up. But no, like it was disrespectful for Nike to even discontinue his deal and take away his money, man, because he didn't do anything wrong. He's the problem. He's the person that didn't do anything wrong. I can see Kanye running around yelping, yeah, okay, you. And I think, and if you think about it, Kanye was trying to get out of these deals prior to him jumping on Drink Champs. And they wouldn't like let him get out the deals. He said, I'm going to get out this deal. And I think when him going on Drink Champs for the second time, because it was his idea to go on Drink Champs. And he just said, I'm going to just start spitting, I don't know, insane thoughts maybe. I don't know what his plan was, but he got out those deals. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And that was a business move that he really wanted. Really, he was actually making chess moves. Maybe he shouldn't have said what he said. He should have said some other things maybe just stuck with the Jewish lines, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not the black stuff, you know what I'm saying? But he got, I think, what he wanted. I think he wanted to get rid of those deals. He didn't want to be on those. He didn't want to be down with Nike anymore. He didn't want to be because it's
a thin line. It's a thin line between the genius and insanity, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people walk that, and I feel like, he probably did that, with that in mind, and got what he wanted. But in that, you sort of find out that Adidas still owns the patents for his stuff and a lot of stuff that's out there too, which is crazy. But that's how they do it. Like that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
but this is why I look at it. I look at it. Let's see who's really there for Kanye. Let's see who says I'm no longer going to be part of these brands because of the way you treating Kanye and say even Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? This is where they get to see who's their true allies and friends,
But the bad news about that, Juan, because I'm glad you said that, because there's a lot of people that's gonna still wear Nike, man. I don't know, they're more loyal to the brand and looking and thinking they're looking good and continuing with their Nike looks or whatever. I hear a lot of people still saying they're gonna rock with Nike. It's sad, but it is what it is, man.
Well, I knew that was gonna happen because remember Marbury when his sneakers, the Starbury, was made at the same place as Nike's. But people would still buy them because for whatever reason they rather, they were costing $10, $15 in these, godforsaken place to make them.
Yeah, he was trying to make
and once you see people still rocking them, it's like, damn, they just showed you human rights over here. But again, it comes down to, unfortunately, your skin color. Now, have that been an ethnic person that owned Nike? Well, you know what would have happened? Shut down city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And another perfect example, look at Elon Musk. He's wilding with his Twitter and everything. Ain't nobody saying nothing about him.
Oh, no, they are. I mean, but I know what you're saying. They're not on him like they're on Kanye.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
They'll say little stuff, but they're not on him like if it was Kanye doing it.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like the Nike stuff and brand stuff, that's embedded in our brains, man. Like I've been wearing Nike since I was, I don't know how old. You know what I'm saying? It's just embedded. Like when I look at that, I always say you think about your morals, right? I always say morals are always tested, especially when you're at a certain level. And I think what Juan stated, like, with
Marbury,
Balenciaga, Marbury, but the other stuff, like you got to pick and choose, right? So you're getting all this money, right? So Marbury say, I'm gonna do my own thing. I think it was like Stephen Berry was a company that used to. It's a store that was in the city that they used to like had the Marbury's for $10 to $15, right? And he tried to do what he was doing. They called him crazy. He had a mental breakdown, Marbury. You remember him having the Vaseline, eating the Vaseline on the live and stuff like that. He was having a breakdown because I think his dad had passed. A lot of stuff was going on with him, right? But they used it against him to call him crazy to get him out the league. And next thing you know, no competition for Nike no more. You know what I'm saying? It's all linked. So I think like like a lot of these people, like your LeBrons and certain people. I know I'm not talking about Bron, but even Kanye sacrificed his morals, not necessarily like a blood sacrifice, but things that he really felt, right? That he knew probably was wrong. Now he has the freedom to say that now. He's like, yo, I don't care anymore. I'm going to say how I feel. A lot of quote unquote sellouts now or entertainers, they don't know how to do that yet. So like LeBron's one of them to me is kind of like on the fence. He wants to do well, but he's afraid to do it. So he'll do it sometime. He'll double dutch it.
He's done that. Yeah, he's been going back and forth on the fence. Yeah.
Because it's a tough predicament to be in though. Like it's tough to really think about it. If you're making $1 billion, you come with responsibilities for $1 billion, right? Like I mean, like I got something I got to answer to. It's just how it is, right? But if I want to be fully transparent, I don't need that money. I'm gonna speak for this cause, but it's hard to do that. Like I can't say I would do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a dilemma that a top tier entertainer thinks about probably. And you see it with like LeBron doing that, but Kanye is like, he just don't care. And the one person that stayed by Kanye at all is Dame Dash.
I was gonna say Dame Dash. Y'all thinking the same?
And people talk about Dame and what Dame he talks too much. This, that, and third. He's very smart. He's outspoken, yes, but he's very smart. And he said the thing I said about why don't we get him some help. It's like I try to talk to him, I contact him. He won't listen to me all the time, but I'm trying to reach out to him, trying to grab him. It's exhausting. I see my friend going through something, but y'all putting the microphone in front of his face. Like even with the Nori thing, I don't care if you call me. You call me all you want to. No, I'm not putting you on the show, yo. Sorry, because you might be mad at me. You might hate me for about 6 months. You might, but I'm gonna yo. You're not right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you're putting yourself in danger and could be losing money. That's what I mean. But we need to, like bring people in like that we don't do that, unfortunately.
But not the stick up for Noriega. But he even said on this 4-hour podcast with EYL and 19 Keys, he said he's even admitted it. He's like, I'm not the person to really understand that. I didn't know that what he was gonna do, and if I knew he had the agenda, I don't know. I don't know if I would have even not let him on, because he's saying Noriega's not that person. He said Noriega's like, I'm not you guys. I'm not Malcolm. I'm not that thinker. I'm not that person to be like, okay, he needs not to be on this show right now. Noriega's just thinking, oh, okay, I got a podcast. I'm a media guy. Let's get the ratings.
He's making clickbait, Mark. He's making clickbait. He's making views, bro.
And he even said it. He even said it on that. That's why I was like, well, I respect Noriega more, because he's actually saying like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, I'm not that person to put it all together and be like, okay. And he said, even during the show, he was like, I should have stopped him and I should have said this, I should have did that, but I still didn't have it together to kind of conduct an interview like you guys would if he was on y'all show. And I was like, okay, Noriega, I get it, because everybody knows Noriega's not no disrespect, he's not the brightest bulb in the room, but he's a person with a heart. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, Noriega probably give you his last dollar. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just being honest.
Not the brightest bulb. That's fun. Yeah, but I get it. But everything hindsight's 2020. You know that. We all know that, man. Like so if I'm doing something and I know I shouldn't be doing it, and I end up catching the case, and I gotta do 5 years, and I'm like, I know I shouldn't have did it, and I got caught, and I gotta wear it, right? I got to still do that 5-year bid. It's what it comes down to. I know I shouldn't have did it. I apologize now. So when you go and do it, it's like he's looking at the ratings, he's looking at the sponsors, he's looking at the views. He's trying to. That's what he's thinking about, and that's morally. He's sacrificing your moral. Morally, you shouldn't have him on the show.
Exactly.
Like so no one can ever tell me like you can apologize now, but your morals are your morals. Like what it is. Your guts tell you what not to do. If you decide to do something like that, that you put your morals to the side, and I'm gonna try to get this bag and these views. Oh damn, he said what? Oh man, we gotta pull it. Yo, come on. You saw the editing clip before it came out. We know how your stuff go.
Well, let's get back to
that's what I'm saying. But I love Nori though. Yeah,
but let's get back to the question real quick about morals, and then we'll go on to the next subject. But Nike. Am I gonna still wear Nike? I probably still own a couple pair of Nike. Will I buy more Nike? No. So I don't know if you guys want to answer that. Y'all want to go to the next subject?
Oh no, I'll answer it. I have one pair of Nikes left. Everything else I've been buying, because they've been getting on point fire. A local company have the New Balance. Plus, they're comfortable health, especially as you get older.
We getting old anyway. We got old feet. We need New Balance. We got New Balance. He just sponsored this podcast. Ben Gay too. You know what I'm saying?
Icy hot. It's a little better.
Let's go to number 4. Trevor Noah left the Daily Show. It wasn't a reason behind it. I think he had a good run. I think he's going to do more comedy, I believe, or more. He wants to travel more. That's what he was saying. He just wanted to, spend more time with the family. You know what how people say it. There was no real reason behind it. But anybody want to talk about Trevor Noah real quick?
I heard that he was leaving, but I didn't have no reason why he was leaving his show, because, like I said, that was a cushy job. He was making, from my understanding, decent money. So I guess there's something that behind the scenes that he may have not liked.
Yeah. Let me introduce. How do you say your name, Queen?
Technisha.
And I met Technisha on Facebook, just like talking, through posts and stuff like that. And I found out she's a highlight in financial services. She helps people, and she does what I try to do. I try to help people if I can, do free videos and try to, I want you to introduce yourself real quick before we get into these topics. You just joined a little late, but you can jump in.
I know. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for my tardiness. I try to always be on time. Yes, I am a financial consultant. So, by me legally being in Georgia, I don't practice the credit repair, but I am a financial consultant. So I help people to be able to repair their own credit. And if you want to get services, that's a different topic, but I do that as well as help you with financial planning, as far as it goes with life insurance, your funeral planning, all those sorts of things, to just find a way where you get out of debt and make sure that you're protected, your loved ones are protected, all that sorts of things.
Well, welcome to the podcast. Before we get to the topic, and before we talk about the financial stuff at the end, we get into trash talking, or we talk about hot subject. Right now, we're talking about Trevor Noah leaving the Daily Show. Did you know he left the Daily Show? Do you want to talk about that? That's what we're on right now.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
I try to keep up on everything.
Don't worry. Just watch the show. You will. All right, Chuck, is your mic working now? What's going on, Chuck? Charles, what's up? Chuck, you good? Chuck.
Yeah, my mic's working.
Anything about Trevor Noah before we move on?
You can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. But yeah, that's what.
I mean, I watch his show every once in a while. I mean, the brothers. So.
Oh, Chuck's freezing up.
He's going on something. He's going to do something bigger.
We have a problem.
Chuck, you freezing again, man.
Chuck, you
stop shopping at Bradley's. I told you Bradley's special, man. I know it's Cyber Monday.
Bradley's ain't even out no more, man.
But it's Cyber Monday. Bradley's online, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Ain't nobody shopping at no Bradley's, man.
Tell him Chuck is there with his Z.
Chuck, go on your phone. Get the link and go on your phone. Maybe yeah, try that. All right, Vaughn. Anything on Trevor Noah before we go to the next one?
Keep it real. I've never watched the show in my life.
What?
Even when Jon Stewart did it, never watched it. It's never been my cup of tea.
Okay, Republican.
It's never been my cup of tea though. But I did see his farewell speech, and I thought that was very cool. He shouted out Black women, and he kind of said, if you want to know about what's going on in the world, talk to a Black woman because they can't afford to not know. And I thought that was pretty cool of him to say that, But sometimes that's a grind, man. Doing shows like that's a grind. That's every day you doing a show. Sometimes it might not be for no reason. Could just be burnt out. Could just be tired. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just time goes to the next chapter of your life. And he had a good run with that. And wish nothing but success.
Now straight up. SP, you there? You want to talk about your boy Trevor Noah? Because that was the topic that you actually loved that he said. He talked about
I actually love Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah got me through the pandemic. He kept me sane with Trump in office.
Okay. Use your
he
therapy.
has
Trump.
he has a way of framing subjects that are hard to talk about, but he does it in such a way that it's poignant. The way he talks about he frames Black men and making sure that Black men are okay, and he's unapologetically talking about the way Black men are treated and aren't being heard, has always impressed me. I hate to see him go because he gave voice to things like Black men having a safe space to speak and be heard without judgment. And so I love what he said about Black women because Black women raised them, but I think it's a loss mostly for Black men because he gave voice to Black men that is really needed and it needs to be heard. So that's why I'm going to miss Trevor Noah so much.
No, 100%, man. I think we should lead off with that. Let's get into some that a topic that a lot of people don't probably want to talk about. But Kelly released an album, man. Anybody hear it or?
I have heard
about it.
I did hear of it. I mean,
did you hear it? Like which one?
I did hear of it that he I haven't heard the album, but I heard he released it. I mean, he's good with music, but I'm thinking about all this charge. It's like it's a confused topic. I don't know. I don't know on this one. Like, like we still gonna promote art because by the end of the day, people are still promoting him. It's like people overlooking anything. It's almost like you're agreeing with what he done, but people. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation because I even ask people that I'm around, like, okay, so you still listen to R. Kelly? Well, that's R. Kelly music. Robert is separate. And I'm like, okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like can anybody else separate that or they is what's
I can separate
Let Juan
R.
go.
Kelly the artist and R. Kelly the Chester the molester. You know what I mean? From his old music. I didn't know he had a new one coming out.
Yeah.
You know, I like I said, I'll be a hypocrite if I say I didn't hear some of his old stuff. That's prior to what led up to his, incarceration.
Yeah.
So his new one, I probably won't listen to it, unless the money's going to the victims. That would be the only way, which I pretty much doubt.
Right.
But like I said, I can still separate the old R. Kelly music because he is a hell of a producer and singer and writer. You can't take that away from him. But what he did can't be, covered up neither. So I'm not justifying what he did or say, oh, no, not forgiving him. He did something that he's paying the price for. So that's my personal opinion on it.
Well, the good news is they took it. I think they downloaded it and they took it off the platforms within a couple of hours. But a lot of people did listen to it. I did not.
I didn't either.
Did I have the opportunity to? Yes. I didn't go look for it, but I heard about it, but I did not even look for it at all. I was like, he's been gone out of my life. Like I'm not even thinking about him. It was just like a hot topic that I wanted to bring up because he did release something and he released it from jail, and a lot of people were excited about it. I saw it on social media. I saw, and mostly Black women was like, I'm listening to it right now, and I'm like, what?
Shoot, even on TikTok, you listening to it, and I had forgot that was one of his old songs from his album. So, R. Kelly's been promoted more than ever.
To piggyback off that, I can definitely separate the two. I pretty much grew up on R. Kelly. Like, meaning like my parents loved him, playing the music, from R. Kelly in the Public Announcement, for all the songs. Like, I grew up on that stuff. Like, pretty much like that was my, lack of a better word, like no one could compare to Stevie and Lionel Richie except for him. Like, for me, as far as writing and what he wrote for and all the stuff like that, because I look at, as you know, Mark, I look at the writers and I care about that more than
the music
than a lot of the songs. So So I definitely can separate it. And the thing that's so weird about that situation is two things. It's like, first, this wasn't new. So like the things that came out, I knew about that when I was 15, had kind of knew the whole Leah thing popped off. So people were acting like it wasn't something that everyone knew, but then things kept continuing, becoming all like TP2 come out, all this stuff, Dance Name of Love come out, all this stuff comes out, right? So how do people just say, oh, I'm gonna turn the blind eye to it now? Now it's too much now. No, this is too much now. Like it's kind of like weird how people pick and choose, first of all. Second thing is within our culture, right, which is weird. And it's like a cultural thing that I noticed that other cultures are different. So they separate the artist from the person all the time, right? So you can have a straight criminal, whatever he or she may be, and they'll get not a pass, but it's like, oh, that was their pass, but they still play that song, right? Us, because we don't play that, right? When you wrong somebody in our culture, we're like, nah, you cut them off, right? They don't care no more. It's like, all right, I get it. Like Juan said, I'm not condoning none of that stuff. You know what I mean? Not at all. But music is music. If we look at the artists that we so-called love and look at their history, you would realize how we really shouldn't love their music either. Right. Elvis Presley marrying his wife at 15, which is crazy, right? But when you think about that, he's still the king of whatever. You know what I mean? Right. And no one says that. So I just think it's a weird situation, and you don't have to condone with someone's actions to respect the music, because you can't lie. Like when it comes to music, it's nobody. Like I took names that I named personally that I think can compare to him musically, as far as with his pen and his music. That's all I care about. I'm not trying to hang out with him. Like I'm not trying to kick it. Like even my boys and nothing like that. I'm just saying like the music, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if I hear a Fiesta, you damn right I'm gonna listen to Fiesta to come on. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. If I hear a Step in the Name of Love, you're gonna be stepping in the name of love. You're like, damn, I should be doing this, but you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think a lot of oh Lord, the music is the music. I get it. Go countless songs, and you can try to fight it. You're gonna be in that car fighting it, and you're gonna be hurting yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself trying to fight that.
You hurt your neck.
You know you want to move to it. Yeah, you're like, right. I can't. Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
I'm right there with Von.
That's my 2 cents. Yeah, that's my 2 cents, man. With that,
I be doing a TikTok dance every time it come on, so I'm guilty.
Telling on yourself.
You got anything? You mad at yourself too?
No, to be honest, I don't listen to R. Kelly anymore. And you know, his new album doesn't intrigue me. And like Juan said, I think if it was going to the cause, and if it was like maybe like I probably would listen to it so the streams would go bigger for the money to get to the people. But that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? He's actually talking about He's talking about I did it. I heard thinking about he did it.
But I heard he didn't put it out though. That's why I heard the misconception is that they were trying to make money off of it. So someone put that out. Like it wasn't like he said, yo, push this album out, new drop. It wasn't him doing that. It's somebody saying like, yo, we got these songs. Let's try to get this out. So they got it out, and he didn't like sign off on that. That's what they're saying. Like he didn't say he wanted to put it out. That's kind of why they pulled it too. Because he's like, I didn't want that out there. Like, you kind of see what I'm saying? So it could be like, look into that. It wasn't him saying like, yo, support my new album. Like I'm dropping this album.
Oh, no, I didn't see any of that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened behind it because there's no information really about it. It was just like, hey,
that shows you something.
Can they drop the album? People were like, what? And then like you go look for it, it's there. And I didn't look for it, but other people was listening to it and saw it and played it, so I knew it had to be true.
But think about this, Mark. You know, as how many people drop music? You know that they know, like they know when something's coming out, so they're gonna have their team on it, right? You're gonna see something popping up. It's not like you're dropping a Beyonce album. You're gonna drop an R. Kelly album with him in jail. Like I don't think he wants that album to come out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so we gotta see who really dropped the album. You gotta feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's still new information. That's why that's why I don't have the information. I just say, yo, he dropped the album. Anybody else hear about it? What happened? Like, you know, that's why I'm throwing that out there. I don't know. I'm not keen on what happened, but to have just the details I know, him supposedly dropping the album and saying I did it and gotten songs saying I did it, it's like it's terrible. It's just like what? Like so like
yeah. I'm trying to get in the pill. I ain't gonna say I did it. I'm trying to get in the pill on cycle.
I would think so, right? Y'all would shut the fuck up, right? Wouldn't you shut the fuck up?
That's what I'm saying. He didn't drop it.
I don't know.
Well, OJ didn't shut up. He wrote a whole book. If I did it, this is how I would have done it. So there you go.
But the difference is OJ was found innocent.
Yeah. OJ said the glove don't fit.
You gotta quit.
Right?
I
Juan
can't
was driving the car.
separate.
That was Juan's Bronco. Hey, don't listen to Juan, man.
Hey,
I can't separate.
I changed the plates on it.
Plead the fifth one.
I can't separate the artist from the music. I can't listen to Bump and Grind and not see a 14-year-old. I can't listen to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number and know that it hit different, knowing he married a 14-year-old.
It do hit different. The music hit different. Depending on the song. It's
some things you just, as much as you know how much I love West Coast music. I ain't listened to Dr. Dre really since he slapped D. Barnes. It's just something about when you do certain stuff, and then you put it in music, it hit different for me. I can't support you anymore. It's hard for me to support you. It's hard for me to even as much as I love Eminem, it took a long time for me to get back to listening to his music, and most of it is when he started making music about how he understood what he did was wrong. It's not being unforgiving if you make changes in that direction. But when you are still repeatedly doing the same actions, there's no way I can listen to how even Dr. Dre treated Miss Chalet and how he beat the hell out of her, and then listen to a song where he calling women bitches and hoes and not see that in him.
No, 100%. Let's check in with Chuck, R. Kelly's #1 fan. Is your everything fixed? Everything fixed?
Yeah, I just came out to the car, man, just to let the boys.
Damn, Chuck, not the car. Now see Mark saying that R. Kelly #1 fan. I'm thinking about the key and ignition. God damn it.
Told you, yo. The song.
Listen. Don't act like you didn't have R. Kelly playing in the background when you had shorties coming over your crib. So don't. I mean, I'm not saying I was a big fan of him, but hey, I did some good work with his sounds in the background.
So construction work, right, Chuck?
You know what? To go back what SP said, you know how I can listen? Like I see what you're saying, how when you see age number and number and stuff like that, you think about the kid. When I think about that, I don't even think about that. Like I'm not even looking at I take it from my perception for what I want it to be, right? So when I'm saying you run me on my Jeep, I know what I'm thinking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what I'm looking at. So I'm focused on an adult. Like an adult female, that's my mindset. So that's kind of how I'm able to differentiate between it.
All right, the fact checker news is going a little longer, but let's go real quick.
That's funny.
Let's I just want to check on everybody's maintaining. How is everybody's positivity, balance, and mental health, man? Let's go around the room real quick. Juan, what's up, man?
Oh well, I'm doing good. For those who I'll let everybody know I'm practicing a little bit of Buddhism over here. Get my mind right. Okay. Mark knows I was a little bit out there, a little frustrated with something, but now I'm getting better. I feel I'm in a better place today. I advise everybody try Buddhism. Pretty good.
Okay, we have to research. Right? I don't know too much about it, but maybe I'll call you after the show, man. Vaughn, what's up with your stability, man? What's going on with your mental health, man?
Mental health is good, man. Those who don't know, I'm preparing for another child, my third coming in February.
Shit.
So my mom, thank you. My mom's been good on that. Appreciate that. So preparing for that, getting mentally ready, make sure everybody's good. That's good. But with the goods, the bads levels, right? So I had to go to a wake yesterday for my man's mom that passed away unexpectedly.
Thanks,
So that kind of put me in a certain light when I found that out. Kind of, I'm not gonna say dimmed it, but kind of had my. You start seeing things like that, hearing things, and when your friends, you start losing people close to you, you kind of start like reevaluating stuff. Like you really evaluate what you're doing. And I'm always positive. I'm always doing things the best way I know how, but it helps you. You see what really matters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And also energy. I think I'm a real big person with energy. So as I've gotten older, I really protect my energy. So if I feel the energy is off, I'm not there. If I feel like something's wrong, or I don't let people come into my bulb. So I had to explain to my man yesterday who's going through it, shout out to him. And tell him like, yo, your mom energy never dies, it transfers. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not gonna go anywhere, it's gonna transfer to something else. So he heard that, he kind of understood what I was saying, and keeping him lifted has helped me remain lifted and not think about my own, parents and things like that. So, but I would say like I'm at a good 7.5, 8, 7.5.
So now
maybe 8 by Wednesday.
It's great about 10. So 10's the best, right?
10's the best, man. But you gotta be real sometimes, right?
Right.
I'm in a good space. That's space, good. But it's all constantly challenges though.
No, congratulations on the baby too, man. I didn't even know that, man.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah.
Technisha, is it right? I'm saying your name right. I don't want to mess it up.
Yes, you are, darling. My mental health and positivity is always good. People love my energy, but sometimes I feel like where our boy Twitch, who just had passed, sometimes people don't check in on the strong-minded people. So as Vaughn said, you have to protect your own energy. So I have to get back into reading, doing my personal development, start feeding my mind, because sometimes I'll be at that point like, dang, I'm strong for everyone else and I always got a smile on my face. But on the inside, sometimes I'll be like, I don't know. I got twin girls, 17. They drive me up the roof.
Oh, man.
They get on my last nerves. Then sometimes finances get in the way. So 2023, before it even comes in here, we got some work to do, because we're going to start feeding our minds. I even told my girls, a lot of the bullshit that y'all be talking about, y'all rub off in this household, because I don't want to hear what happened to you in school. I don't want to have time to, y'all talk about garbage. I'm just be honest. Y'all talk about garbage and it's not positive. Then it affects everybody else. So we got work to do, because we going in 2023 with a bang, baby.
That's what's up, man. Big Chuck, what's up, man? How's the mental health, brother?
Hey, it's there. If I, it's like this. If I have something to say, I'll call my moms. I'll call my sister, my only sister, or I'll talk to my wife, man. But lately, me, I'm just trying to be strong for everybody. Moms, as being the oldest male and everything, I'm basically, the father figure for my two younger brothers. And, I'm always trying to be there for my moms, but then I also have to be there for my two sons. And, I got a 13-year-old and a 13-year-old who's about to be 14 next month. And I got a 9-year-old that's about to be 10 in February. So, I'm trying to, I'm noticing, changes in my 13-year-old, changes that I went through. So, I pull him to the side, we start talking and whatnot. You got the 9-year-old, he's eavesdropping. So, when it's just us three in the car without my wife, that's, I asked her, I said, is there, there's a little, young lady at school that, you like. I know the 9-year-old, he be peeking over my, my shoulder trying to see what I'm looking at on my phone. Usually when I'm, when I drop him off at school, I'm checking emails, because that's the first thing. No, but I'm just saying, I'm not doing nothing dirty, nothing that, that's gonna corrupt them. But it's just that, if I happen to go on Facebook on my phone, and I got a lot of scrupulous boys, and they love to post stuff. So I got to scroll by it so he don't see it. The 13-year-old, he just laughs, but he doesn't say anything. But it's I try to be as best as I can for them. Mm-hmm. But then also when it's just me by myself, I do my little meditation. I speak to my dad who's no longer here. That's just Chuck time.
Yeah.
Let me remind myself never to ask Chuck a question. Let me write that down. SP, what's going on with you? What's up with your mental health?
I don't know. I always find that when my life is crap, that I've always been able to separate my mental from what's going on around me. So I try to maintain a positive attitude even when the world is crashing down. So I think right now my mental health is probably a good 7.5 to 8.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes you have to disconnect. I can't fight it. I can't fight all the battles like I normally do. So now I'm just reading trashy novels and I'm just reading.
Man, that's probably clean your head, make you feel better.
And analyzing the housewives. That's what I do when I disconnect from everything around me and make sure that I'm keeping my head right, because you can't always drown yourself in what's going wrong.
Well, you can't be 100% Malcolm X. You gotta balance the formula, balance your mental space, man. You can't just be 100% just in the streets, marching for black people all the time. I get it. That's just like me too. Like, I gotta this once in a while. I'll watch some. That's why I be doing it. I'll watch some trash TV or something. Before we get to the topic, we're gonna talk about sports real quick. Go around and talk about. You can talk about whatever. Sports is open. If you don't want, just pass, and then we'll get into the topic. Juan, you first. Anything about sports? Anything you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah, my team sucks. Next.
Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears is the team.
Yeah, they suck so bad I didn't want to mention them. Thanks, Mark.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Juan, that's all you want to say?
That's it, man. We're sorry.
Right, sports, Juan, you want to tell me anything about sports real quick?
Yeah, two things. Bang, bang, now in the game. 49 is going to go back to Super Bowl again. I'm looking forward to that. I don't care who steps up in the NFC. It doesn't matter. It's going to be washed. They're going to get washed. So we good on that. Not even worry about it. Second, I've been really tapped in with that World Cup, man. Shout out to Argentina for winning that today. Those that don't know, like Messi is his last World Cup pretty much, and he's arguably probably the best soccer player next to it's Ronaldo, Messi, that were always back and forth, and Messi got his World Cup today, and another kid from France. France won 4 years ago. My man, I can't say his name right. My daughter knows to say it, but something, whatever. I know he's nice. He had like 2 goals in a minute and 33 seconds in the World Cup. So he's never gonna have to pay for a meal in his life in France. So he's good. He's good money. So those 2 things that I want to shout out real quick.
Nah, I appreciate it. Technisha, do you watch sports? Anything? I don't like to assume, because
no, that's okay. I feel like Juan with my team. I'm a Falcons baby all day, born and raised in the ATL, and they suck. I mean, we lost twice to the Saints, man. We got swept up, and I know people saying celebrate it, celebrate what we can, but right now we hope, as always, we choke. I don't know if they in the locker room combine and join together and say, hey, look, you go ahead, you still gonna get paid, but you go ahead and lose. What? I mean, it be like, man, then folks be like, you, and I love my team, but I don't watch it all the time. I ain't watching today. I was watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd have watched that game in The Walking Dead too, so you could have watched both.
Same game, right? The same.
You're so wrong.
Same channel, right? Hey, Chuck, man, he said my team, San Francisco's going to the Super Bowl. So, Chuck, Philadelphia fan, what's up, man?
Y'all both smoking that good stuff.
So we want all that smoke.
It's like this. It's like this, man. Any given Sunday, you win some, you lose some.
You lose.
I'm not. I mean, it's like this. I'm not gonna brag about the Eagles. I mean, yeah, they're number 1, but it's still some stuff that they need to take care of. But football's my first love. But what the hell's going on with the Celtics, man? I mean, they just lost to the Magic again twice.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I'm not a Celtics fan,
But
so
then Pardon shots. What happened to Mr. Glass? Why is he on the bench? Why is he going back to the locker room?
Wait, hold on. Mr. Glass is on the Lakers.
Anthony Davis,
Who's Mr. Glass on the
Why
Celtics?
is he going back to the locker room?
Who's Mr. Glass on the Celtics?
Ain't no Mr. Glass on Celtics. I'm talking about Mr. Glass on the Lakers.
Oh, that's a Laker player. Yeah, that's my Laker team, but I know he's Mr. Glass.
That's a Laker player.
But you know what I'm saying? That Mr. Eyebrow. The dude, he get hurt if he farts on the bench. Like, he'd be like, oh, my cheeks. Like, and he just go out. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, man. But great player, man. Great player. Mr. Eyebrows. SP, real quick, any sports for you before we get on to the topic?
My only team is the Spurs. And I feel like they finally finding their footing because they are such a young team right now. But they're finally playing like a team, which is a plus from the past year. So I'm not even mad at their progress. I think the good thing about playing for San Antonio is we understand where they're at, so we don't get frustrated when they lose. But they coming together. I like what I'm seeing from them right now.
All right, cool. We having so much fun on the topics. We just went longer than we should, but this is what we're gonna do for the topics, for the main topic, real quick. So I'll go first, and then you go. Everyone want to go, then Vaughn. So I'm gonna shout out my 5 bad shows. I'm gonna explain them real quick. Maybe say what they were on, and just maybe a quick, something like why I don't like the show or whatever, right? Whatever the show is, and then you guys go around, do your 5, and then we'll do the good ones after that, right? So this is the Passive Podcast, episode 91. What are the best and worst shows? Period, man. So let's talk about the bad shows first, of course. I'll start off like I said. The first bad show, and I'm gonna say it's a bad season because it's House of Dragons. House of Dragons. What's it called? Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Let me explain. This is 5 for me because listen, I did listen to it. I even bought it because I don't have HBO or whatever. I bought the little package for $35 for the each season, whatever, right? So I love the show. I love the graphics. I love the premise of the show. I love the dragons. I love a lot of that stuff. It was too bloody for me, and the incest was just over the top. Like, I get that back in the day it was fucking each other's sisters. I get all that shit. I get that. It was keeping the bloodline tight. I get it. But yo, man, it was too much. It was like everybody was just like a big orgy. And then everybody was having still babies. Blood was gushing out. Like babies was getting like it was like, what's going on? Like it was too much for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older. My stomach's getting weak. I don't know what it is. That's number 4 for me. Number 4 might sound crazy, but Fox News. Fuck Fox News. I'm gonna go on to number 3. Just Fox. I just don't like Fox News, right? All right. Number 3 is the show that somebody told me about. A friend of mine. He said, "Yo, you gotta watch this show. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Riches, and it's a black soap opera. That's terrible. It's a black African soap opera." And it's not like a dialogue, like, but it's like it's where they speaking like So, but it's just trash. I watched one episode. He was like, "You got to watch more." I'm like, "No, I'm not." I stopped it. I'm good. I know where it was going. It's like one of them shows you can predict it. Oh, that's gonna happen. She's gonna cheat. He's gonna. I'm good. So, number what's it? Put him on number 2. Yeah. It's Dahmer. You'll be surprised. Dahmer, the monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. The acting was good. I liked it. What's the name? What's the black woman's name? You know what I'm talking about. That played the neighbor.
Niecy Nash.
I love her, but it was just too much. Like, how much Dahmer you guys gonna give us, and how much? And then it's like number 1, and I don't know. It creeps me out. Like. It just creeped me out. I just didn't like the premise of it, of them repeating it. I thought it was the funny thing. I watched it, I thought it was the first Dahmer show ever. And then like people were like, nah, they this mad Dahmer documentaries, this mad Dahmer shows, this mad. I'm like, why they keep they're like killing it. Why they keep just throwing it out there? What's up with Dama? What is going on with this dude? What's the obsession with this dude killing blacks? You know what I'm saying? And it's Hispanic community, whoever, you know what I'm saying? He didn't kill, well, did he kill a couple of whites? I think he did, whatever. But he was just mostly
he did.
Killing a lot of blacks, right? I'm just saying, most of the time. A lot of poor community people. Let's put it that way. And my number one is, for bad shows is the Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer.
That show's trash, man. Like, I like Cedric the Entertainer. Like, when I watch his comedy, it's dope. But it's a trash show, man. It's trash. So that's my that's my 5 shows. And I don't watch a lot of bad TV, so that's why my list is kind of off. I got Fox News in it. It's just weird because I don't watch a lot of bad TV. I try to watch good content.
Mm-hmm.
So my bad list is kind of all over the place. Juan, what you got for the top 5?
All right, so starting with my number 5, my sister told me to watch it, was Darcy and Stacy. They're actually out of Connecticut on TLC. I watched a couple episodes and I just wanted to just hang myself, with these 2 sisters trying to find love. Listen, if you want to be suicidal, go ahead and watch it.
Damn.
That'll help you jump off a bridge. my number 4 from Disney Plus was She-Hulk. I didn't realize how much they changed the original storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I understand they're trying to be quote unquote politically correct. Listen, growing up, I enjoyed comic book. I didn't come here for you to be politically correct. So after like 2 episodes, I said, I'm done. Just roll that one out. And I ain't the only one that got bad reviews. So another one, if you just want to fall asleep, if you can't, go watch that. Another one's on Netflix, season 3, the Umbrella Academy. They really...
Oh, yeah, it's getting whacked. Yeah.
The first 2 seasons, if you watch it, the first one was great. Second one, okay. The third one, after a couple of shows, again, I was trying to look for, overdose pills or something because, they lost me. And then my number 2 is also on Netflix, The Sandman. Somebody at work, you need to watch this. So I started watching it. Yeah, no.
What's it about, though? What's that?
It's pretty much, it's a gentleman who oversees the Sandman. People sleep and one of his evil dreams escape and he's chasing them around the real world. Pretty much, that's what it comes out to. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. And then the last one, somebody else, it's a spinoff from the Lord of the Rings, was Ring of Power. No.
That's
after
on Prime, right?
Yeah, Amazon Prime. After 2 episodes, yeah, and I'd rather watch, The Wall than watch them. So those are my bad 5.
Well, what you got for your 5, man?
All right, my bad 5. I took a little different approach for number 5. Number 5, I'm saying it's the NBA. That's the worst show right now on TV because they don't like. I'm not gonna say they don't care, but we know these games don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's 82 games, a long season, and guys aren't playing hard. Guys are waiting. When March hits or after Christmas, I should say, ramps up a little more. So right now, that's one of the worst shows on TV. Tell you the truth, I haven't watched a full NBA game yet at all.
I watched the highlights on YouTube. The 9 minutes.
Yeah, watch the highlights and see what's going on, see the scores. Like I'm putting a bet on it. Yeah. My number 4, I had to dig because I don't watch that much bad TV on purpose. Because if it's bad, I'm not gonna watch it. Right?
Exactly. That's why it's tough for me. Yeah.
So my number 4, I could not stand the Parkers.
Oh, the Parkers
with Monique and them.
What?
I could not stand the Parkers.
I didn't watch it either.
I could not stand that show. Because I didn't like it. To me, it was like a stereotypical show.
Okay.
You had the heavy set black woman that wore the crazy hairstyles and a loudmouth kid and the mother is looking for a man and he's not giving her any attention and she's trying to get his attention all the time. Like it was kind of stereotypical for me, so I didn't like it. Like growing up, I wouldn't watch it. All right,
that's a good
let
one.
me see. Hold on. Damn. All right, number 2, Seinfeld. I'm not a Seinfeld fan. I never could get into Seinfeld. I never liked it. I never understood how they in New York. I grew up in the city. I grew up in New York. You don't got no black friends popping up. You tell me your black friends pop up in Seinfeld? You got no black friends?
No black people in Seinfeld.
Hold on. Twice in two episodes.
Twice.
Oh, there's 2.
Yep.
Oh, there was.
Two episodes.
Listen, if they were black though, if they were black, they were athletes, right? King Griffey Jr. came on there.
Yeah.
And somebody else. It was never like a friend. Like so,
Probably like a cab driver or something. Yeah, something.
Like this is realistically, right? If you're living in a metropolitan city, I'm not saying you're gonna have like you're gonna run into black people, Hispanic people. You're gonna run into them. Like if you live in the heart of the city, you're gonna be with them. They're probably gonna mix into your mix a little bit, right? That's life. So I didn't like that part. So I couldn't relate to the show. Second. Was Curb Your Enthusiasm. I couldn't get into that because the same person that wrote Seinfeld, Larry David.
Black guy though in that
Seinfeld. Yeah, but I didn't like the show. like you know what I'm saying? Like because people loved it and I couldn't get on board to that. So I'm like, well, if you're watching, let me see why everyone likes it so much. And I'm like, y'all like this? Like I'm, whatever. So my number one, and this goes down because this started everything. Number one is The Real World. The reason why I say it's the number one bad show, not because I didn't like the first one. It's the spin-offs of what it created with reality TV, right? Because if you remember the first Real World, I wanted to be on that at like 11 years old. Like, yo, who these people have to be? This, that, everything. Kevin Powell. Like, who is this? Like, could we do this on MTV? But what they did, the thought process was 6 artists living together for 6 months. That's why you had Heather was a rapper, Mike Powell was like a writer, another chick played the guitar. They were all artists. That's the whole premise of the show was to have them. That. Yeah, that's what it was all about. So throughout that time, things got juggled to where it started changing. Like, all right, now let's give them alcohol. Let's give them 3 months. Let's get these fake scenarios, fake storylines. Like The Real World, the first one wasn't fake. Like everything was like legit and it was there for a longer time. So I always say that's my number one bad show because of what it caused years later, like The Real Housewives of Atlanta, all this other stuff that pops up and where you spin off of people who have no talent who are celebrities now. So you don't have a talent like normally, like if you're an entertainer, it's like, all right, what do you do well? Like, yo, he can sing well, she can sing well. She can rap, he can rap, or he can act, or she can act, or she can dance. Like it's something that you did to give you that something that you did can do that the next person couldn't do. When reality hit, I don't have to do anything. I can go act a fool in front of TV, and you're gonna pay me this, and it spins off to social media. It spins off to TikToks. It spins off to all this other stuff. So The Real World is my number one bad show ever.
Yo, I never thought about that because it did transition to all these other bad shows that are not actual reality. It kind of like it was a firecracker to the Big Bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was a great show though. Like the show was great, but I'm thinking about the after effects of everything. So that's why it's my number one.
No, I like that. I like your list. He's saying NBA at first. All right, okay. But Technician, what's going on with you?
Oh man, when I watch TV, I do my best to try to find a good show. I like Ozark that came on Netflix. That was real good. Where the father kind of
bad shows. Wait. Bad shows first. 5 bad shows.
Bad shows first.
Yep.
Oh,
5 bad shows.
Well, when it comes to bad shows, I would say Atlanta. I watched
Atlanta? A certain season, or you mean?
Maybe I need to go back and watch it. One of my coworkers told me about it, but when I got into it, it was kind of thrown off. It looked like he was going back and forth. It just was so confusing. I'm gonna sit down one day and just watch it again, but I wasn't feeling that show at all. I was like, y'all could have kept that one. Euphoria. It just, I mean, my daughters. Oh Lord, you try to.
What's Euphoria about? I don't know anything about it.
Euphoria is kind of like on the high school style, but everything that we probably weren't doing in school, you talking about drugs, sex, well, everything. They more open on it. Yeah, and it's like, oh my God.
Okay, it was one of those. Okay.
Yeah, and when you find out your daughters, you're like, well, here go my daughters. Well, Mom, we already watched it. Oh, okay. Okay. It's too late to block your TV now, ain't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, baby. Okay. Awesome.
Let me get the 7-year-old dog. I forgot. Okay, yeah, all right, I get it.
Yeah, they night and day. They at work, thank God. Let me see. Because I try not to watch too many bad shows. I would say Married to Medicine, because I mean, we successful Black women. Why do you have to degrade yourself and do all this cat fighting for ratings and stuff? So I would say, even though I do watch it, you know, just for a little pleasure of getting just to watch something, but like it's crazy. As well as Love and Hip Hop of Atlanta, the same way. We supposed to be at a certain standard, and then when people say something in regards to our race, then we have our lip poked out. But you degrading yourself, being on TV, you supposed to be at a high standard, and then you got these young people behind us watching you, looking at you as a role model. It's the crap that y'all put out. So I think we have to do better in that area altogether. But we know that's going to be a big topic or subject because we already know it's about the money, corporations. My fifth one. I don't think I got another fifth one. Let me see. Have I seen anything else bad? Because most everything else been pretty good. So that's my only 4.
I just have 4. Don't worry about it, man. If you go on, Chuck, you got 5. What you got?
I don't have 5, man, but I have 3.
All right, what's up?
Number 3 is going to be the Kardashians. I can't stand watching them non-style.
They still out.
On TV all the fucking time. Nobody in that family has talent except for Bruce Jenner, who now is Caitlyn. Right? Number 2, all of this married before, first date, all this other shit. I can't stand those fucking shows because my wife watches those, and I tell her, yo, go downstairs. Go downstairs, watch. Oh, I go downstairs. You sit up here and watch it. I cannot stand them shit. If she'll watch them while she's in bed and I'm trying to sleep, and I can hear it sometimes, and I just wake up. I'm like, really? You watching this dumb shit again? But I mean, she likes it. She talks about it on online and stuff. But I can't stand them none of them shows, man. Because it's like this. You're trying to find love in another country. But majority of these people, are just doing this shit just to get a green card, and the shit is sad. I don't mean to say it that way, but a lot of these people are just trying to get a fucking green card, man. It's a pain in the ass. Serious. And my number 1 is Lifetime fucking channel, period. I call it the spousal abuse channel because it's always somebody getting their ass whooped.
That's a fact.
Yo, and they always kill doing some marrying the babysitter. It's always some woman beating the shit out of her man. Yeah. But they turn it around where it's him supposedly whooping her ass. I'm like, come on, man, it's nowhere in the hell.
And you already know how it's going to end.
Their ass whooped, and they're not fucking, they're not hitting them back. Man, I'd have gave somebody a glass hat or 2 by now if it was me. And for those that don't know what a glass hat is, it's a bottle upside the head.
Ooh, child.
SB, I don't know if you can follow that list, but SB, you got a list of 5 bad shows.
Yeah, 1 was definitely Euphoria. I know everybody loves. It's a lot of people who love Euphoria, but Euphoria is just drugs, sex, and I think they just like it because Zendaya is naked most of the time.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
that could be it.
I gotta look at this then.
Look at Chuck putting it on the list. Chuck's like, it's on my good list now. Let me go. What's number 4, SB?
Love and Hip Hop, any of them. You would pick a city. I don't care which city.
Pick a city. For real.
I only watched 1.
Pick a city, damn.
Oh my God.
Basketball Wives.
Drug.
Basketball Wives is Gold Digger Central. It's just what I'll do for money on TV.
Yeah, it's kind of like the other wife shows. Yeah, okay.
I also said the Kardashians because what the hell?
I didn't know it was still on the air. It's still on the air.
I'm like,
I think so.
My God.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah,
on Hulu.
Yeah.
Oh
But look though, what everyone said comes back to real world.
It goes back to this real world thing you said.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
Bun, you did make sense on that. It sure did come from real world. That was our show. Yeah.
And
See what I'm saying?
my last one is Ruthless.
What's that?
Ruthless is why people think Tyler Perry is a menace.
Oh.
It's a Tyler Perry movie.
It is a show. It comes on every week. My friend loves this show. When I stayed with her last year, she made me watch this show. It is about a cult,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a sex cult. And when they come into the cult, you got to pull your pants down, and then the dude smells your penis, and then it's just.
I know exactly what you're talking about. SP,
I'm
my
on the signal
husband
here.
was
Can anybody
watching
hear
it.
me?
It's so bad.
We say Juan?
It is such a bad show.
It sounds like a bad girlfriend.
Cause I got into it a little bit. It looked interesting. I'm like, okay, Tyler Perry, okay. You know, I didn't watch all my husband. I always find some show. He worse than me.
Oh my god!
I'm like, oh my god, what is going on right now? I hate that show.
Your penis.
Well,
I
well,
thought
you-
I didn't even know the name of. I didn't even know the name of it. I just called it the penis sniffing show because every time I turned it on, that's what was happening.
Oh,
well,
Like I can't
you know-
watch this.
That sounds like two of my ex-girlfriends.
you know what?
No.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself about Tyler Perry, but that might be what he want to do.
Good job, SP.
I gotta- y'all-
Rick,
wait,
you
hold
know
up.
I do that.
we gotta get off these bad shows. Juan, do you gotta go or something? Was you trying to sneak
No,
in there?
no, I'm good.
Okay, all right. Because I thought you was trying to say something.
That's
All right, let me go.
hilarious.
Let's switch it up, man. Good show. Let's get some positivity in here. Let me start off with my good shows. Lord have mercy. Wow. Okay. All right.
Don't run.
Let's talk about some good shows. All right. The Peripheral. It's on Amazon Prime. It's about virtual reality and the games, the shows, the video games that you play that's so realistic now. Now, it's this, this family, they're good at gaming. They put on these headsets and it's actual you gotta watch. It's insane. Starts to become reality, and then people are hunting them down, and the worlds are getting crossed. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Number 4 for good would be it's a history. I watch a lot of documentaries. It's called the Ancient Apocalypse. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's about it's a white guy. He's he's been on Joe Rogan, I believe, and he's controversial because he's trying to find out the real history of every culture, not just he's trying to find the history of the world. White Americans oh, this is what happened, Christopher Columbus, and that was it. They closed the books. He's trying to say, hey man, there was pyramids here, there was pyramids here. He's trying to dig and trying to get permission to dig and figure out what's going on, and not just Egypt, but anywhere, London, wherever, any place. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. So I would advise you guys to watch it because he's really, and you can see that white America's even against him. They don't even want him to tell the truth. They're like, nah, get out of here. You can't come on this land and know the truth of this land. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So it's really good. So that's number 4. Another documentary is Jonah Hill. Y'all know Jonah Hill. He had a documentary. He actually interviews his therapist. It's called Stunts. STUTZ. It's on Netflix. And he interviews his therapist. It's really, really good. So imagine a therapist opening up and actually telling you how to heal in a sense, and giving you kind of some things of, that are very helpful. So anybody that's going through something, I would have recommend this show for you to watch that show. And, others, let people to watch it. It's really good. It's really good. Almost had me to tears. I almost had the Michael Jordan tear at the end. You know what I'm saying? Number 2 is, and we talked about him in the beginning, Gene Yus, the Kanye trilogy. I love that Kanye trilogy because, not just, his mom's was, very, thoughtful. She was loving. You can tell it's one of the reasons he's kind of off balance because the love from his mom's and from the guy that was directing the film, his cameraman, the love that they had together and stuff like that, their relationship, it was really true. And you kind of say to yourself, yeah, he don't really got nobody that really loves him no more. We were saying that at the beginning, like, where's his lovers? Where's not lovers? Where's his loved ones? Where's his people that really love him? Like, and you said something about Dame that, like, we're the people that really love this guy and you know and will fight for him. You know, his moms would. The camera guy probably would, but he's been trashed so much through Kanye. He's probably like whatever. All right, Kanye, man, I'm living my life over here now. Like, I don't know what his theory is, but you know, the trilogy's good. It's a great trilogy. And number one is Abbott Elementary.
Oh,
Love Abbott Elementary, man. My daughter got me into it. She was like, "You gotta watch this funny show. I know you like comedy, Dad." And I haven't turned back since. I love Abbott Elementary, man. I hope it wins all the awards. It's up for a lot of awards. Hope it wins all the awards.
A couple episodes off that.
I gotta
Great
catch
show.
up. I just saw a couple. I gotta catch up. I gotta start from the beginning. And just one more real quick. I know I'm cheating, but EYL, Earn Your Leisure, and 19 Keys. Those shows, the shows of the brothers talk about financial independence and giving you great information on YouTube and other platforms, and teaching you about financial wealth and stuff like that, and all types of stuff. And they're giving a lot of free information. They're making you work. If you want to get money and income, watch this show. Watch these brothers. They're real positive. Love those guys. You know what I'm saying? I promote them every day. Juan, what you got for your 5 good shows, man? Let's get some positivity on the show.
My 5 good show, I just finished wrapping it up on Netflix, was Wednesday, a spinoff from the Addams Family.
That was good.
So, you know, I wasn't even mad at it. I was like, okay, I can do this. And then my number 4, Mark, you know this show, Too Hot to Handle. Doesn't matter which season.
Oh, man. Juan got me into this goddamn show, man. I can't even put it on my bad list, man. It's a dating show. Yeah, I'll watch it. I ain't gonna lie.
Too Hot to Handle.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll watch it.
It's on Netflix. I listen, it's just funny. Me and Mark watched an episode. We had nicknames for 2 of the guys, but...
Yeah. We crack jokes when we watch these shows. We make jokes. It's always funny.
My number 3, it's on Amazon Prime, is Reacher, a spinoff from the movie with Jesus. What's that freaking short actor's name? Tom Cruise. There we go.
He said the
That's
short
a pretty good show. It's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I can't remember that little midget actor, but thanks, Chuck.
Hey.
and you know,
I'm short.
So my number 2, it's an anime, but it's funny. It's on Netflix. It's Big Mouth. I don't know if any of y'all watch that.
I watched Big Mouth. It's a great
I'm the one that told you about Big Mouth, man.
Yeah, so it's funny as hell. So, you know, I had to put that at number 2.
It's an adult cartoon in a sense of the speech.
Yeah.
There's no negative. It's like, it's the wording, you know, the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll add that to my list.
And then my number 1 is on Amazon Prime, The Boys. It's a superhero if they weren't PG. That's my number 1.
That's my show. I forgot. That's my show. I forgot that.
Oh, by the way, they're coming out with another season for those who waiting. It should be out next year.
Ooh, The Boys. I love The Boys.
Yeah, so that's superheroes that's not censored.
Oh yeah, that's an adult show too. That one.
Yeah, definitely for adults. No, don't let no little kids see that, because they're gonna have a whole different mind frame of what superheroes are supposed to be.
No, I love that show. I love that. Juan, what's going on, man? What's up with your 5, man?
All right, I kind of thought about it a little differently, so I didn't go by really what was current now, right?
It don't matter. Yeah,
I kind of went by like my favorite shows, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough because favorites, you know, I had to think about like
Martin,
dramas and dramas and all other stuff. So I keep it like this. My number 5, damn, it's tough. My number 5 is going to be Married with Children.
Oh, yeah.
I think Married with Children is probably one of the best shows ever made. Like, honestly, like as far as like the concepts and how they, you know, how long it lasted and what it birthed. Like Ed O'Neill, you know, a lot of kids don't even know, people don't know Ed O'Neill was on that show. They think it's the dad from Modern Family. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw him on Modern Family, I'm like, yo, that's Al Bundy on Modern Family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For him to have a house, he was a shoe salesman, had a house and everything. You like, yo, people can't make that right now, but it's just funny how it turned out. So
the theme song just start playing in my head.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't get it out your system, right? My number 4, I would say, is King of Queens, right? And King of Queens is one of the shows that me and my wife started watching towards the end when it was on CBS. So basically, I kind of saw the last half of the season. Wasn't really into it. I'm like, yo, I care about seeing this white guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to like this show. Like, it had nothing to do with me being ignorant.
Yeah.
And then I watched it. I was like, yo, it's kind of funny. So I started watching it, and I watched all the reruns every night. I watched that before I go to bed. So every night for the past, like,
hilarious
4 or 5 years, that's on, and I fall asleep to that. That's why I
there's a
fall
black
asleep
guy on
every night. Yeah, Deacon.
Yeah.
I'm not mess with you, bro.
yeah.
That's what you get.
But that's what you see as you mature a little bit, right? So I kind of went to talk about some dramas. So number 3, I gotta say is Breaking Bad for me. I think that show might be, and I love Bryan Cranston. Like, it's one of my favorite actors. Like, I think he's hands down probably the best actor, one of the best actors I've seen in my life, because he can do anything, like from comedy, drama, theater. He'll do whatever he wants to do.
Everything.
And that was dope. So I like that. Number 2, I gotta bring it back to Jersey, Sopranos. Sopranos is number 2 because, like, it's kind of similar to, like, if you had living in Jersey and knowing the spots that they go into. So it's like one of those things where you're watching the show and you're seeing places that you go to frequently. You're like, all right, that's there. I know that was shot at. I can see that. It's like a natural connection to the show. And I was not only because the show was just crazy, it's a good show. It was that familiarity with the show to me that I love so much. And then my number 1, this is a tough one. Well, I gotta go to the Wire.
Ooh, the Wire.
Oh man, you took it way. Yes.
Yeah. The Wire is one of those shows that, like, I can watch again.
Man, I hate this show. I don't know.
Again,
and
again, and just to see the character development. You got Idris Elba becoming who he is off of that. Wood Harris was Wood Harris, but Wood Harris, became bigger from that show. And people that didn't know, that show is actually supposed to be like a 1-season show. It was supposed to be like Law and Order.
Okay.
So you know how Law and Order comes on, it's like it's mostly focused on the cops, not the criminals. So after the first season, Weekbait Barksdale crew, they just ripped it so much that when HBO was coming out with the second season, people started protesting and boycotting. Because remember the second season, they had the ports. They went to another type of organization, and the people complained so much that they brought back the focus on Barksdale and his crew because of that. So that's the thought process behind The Wire, was to have a one-off every season about a different type of organized crime.
I didn't know that, man.
Cops.
I didn't know that.
That's really what it was about.
Just
so that's my 5, man.
Great top 5. Just real quick, Rafiq in the chat says y'all watched the World Cup. Well, Vaughn was talking about the World Cup earlier. If you was here early, just rewind the tape, man. We talked about the World Cup. We talk about everything on this show. So yeah, you said it was an insane game, but yep. You watch it. I'm not really a huge soccer fan, but I mean, Vaughn is. There's other people that watch soccer on this show. So, but shout out to soccer, man.
To throw something real quick, Mark. The reason why he's saying it was the same game because it went to penalty kicks. So it was like a 2-1, a 3-1 game. The guy told you scored 2 goals or whatever. Goes to penalty kicks, and Argentina won on penalty kicks. So that's why, like, it's equivalent to like overtime game.
Overtime.
Yeah, like a football game, but football, it kind of comes to a tie like that. Someone has to win. So we're gonna kick these penalty kicks until
until somebody score win. Yeah, to the points are higher. I get it. You know what I'm saying? No, I was into soccer with y'all know my yearly my baby's mother's brother was from Africa, and he was a soccer player. I used to go to his games all the time. I love watching it and stuff like that. I got nothing against soccer. I just didn't get into it like when I got older. Anisha, let's go with your top 5, man. Good shows. What's up? You got some good news for us, man?
Yes, I like the Ozark. That was real good. It was a show on Netflix. I watched all the way through. Father got tied up with drug lords and everything, started getting into money laundering. And it was real good. I forgot his name because he played in so many movies. But his part.
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
Thank you, Jason Bateman. I mean, his part really tickled me because he'll say something, you be like, did he just say that? And it'd be so calm, like, okay, I said what I said, and I'm done with it. I'm gonna negotiate my way out. You either take it. I'm gonna show you that I'm right by the end of the day. So I love that. That was one of my favorites. I like Blood and Water. I started watching this on Netflix as well. Blood and Water. Young lady lost her. Actually, she thought her sister, her sister was stolen from the hospital. She ran to another young lady that she mysteriously thought was her sister. Come to find out, it actually was. Great show. I'm hoping for another season if they come out with it. But the detective work that she did, it was really good. I think it was based in South Africa. I think. Okay. Also, another one would be All American. A little different from Euphoria.
Yeah, that's the football young kids. The football.
Yes. They had a drama, and I'm like, where do y'all children get all this drama? Y'all got more drama than anything. Sit down. But I loved it. I got all the way up to the point where Spencer and Olivia are in college. They on different sidelines. She want to be a journalist. He playing football. Now you going up against my team, and you asking me to do so much. I did. I mean, it showed all different parts. Showed you growing up from the hood, from a different area. Showed you growing up, you rich or you poor. If you black, everything was tied into that one. Another one, Manifest. I didn't watch all the way. I got to go all the way back to part 1. Manifest is supposed to be, what I caught from it, they were all on the airplane. Somehow the airplane crashed and looked like everybody, the world got turned upside down. And then they get these calls, these signals, tell them to go back. And it looks like it take them back through the past. So I'm going to rewatch that because somebody else had put me on game on it. I try not to do too many shows because then I get lost. Wait a minute. This show too good. That's how I got away from my General Hospital. Now, I got away from General Hospital. I'm stuck in 2016 in March. That's how far back I am. Don't laugh.
Loyal to your soap, son.
And of course, my number one, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. I'm actually, don't shoot me now.
What season is it on now? Because I watched like maybe 2 seasons. I think I don't.
I watched all the way back.
Finish up season 11.
God damn.
Exactly. But see,
anybody still alive? What the fuck is going on?
Right. And then you ask yourself, where they keep getting this dang on gas? How long this damn car been running? That's some bull jump. But I'm actually rewatching it over. I'm on season 3 now because I rewatched it over again because I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't remember this. So I don't mind watching because I thought it was a good show. And then it's based where I'm from. So
I thought she was going to bring back Dallas the way she was going back.
I know that's a good list, though, man.
Yes.
Chuck, what you got, man, for the good book, man?
To piggyback off of her General Hospital. My mother's been watching General Hospital since General Hospital's been started when she was little.
It's old.
That's
my mom's retired now. She watches it. She watches it when she gets a chance to watch it because I showed her how to hook it up, her
good job,
do it on the computer so she can watch it and whatnot. But my number 5 is Walking Dead. I mean, the reason why I love Walking Dead, I remember the comic books, the graphic novels and stuff when they first came out, and I had picked them up and I started reading them. I'm like, this is kind of hot. But then when it came out with the movie, the TV show and stuff, I'm like, damn, I got to go pick these books up because these comic books is worth money. And I had the literal first 7 issues in my hand. I put them back. Because I'm like, well, I got something else I'm gonna do with. I had to either buy the comic books or have some money for the date.
I know that right, Chuck.
I put the comic books back because I love food.
God.
And when I go on a date, I don't go nowhere cheap. I'm gonna go get my fulfillment.
Why, man? What?
I know that right. I love it, Chuck.
All right, but my number 4 is Reacher. I loved it from former military and whatnot, and I always thought, now what if I got into one of those units where they did all of this crazy stuff, and I'm like, my mother would lose her damn mind if I disappeared like those 2 dudes did in that movie, in that show. But I just finished watching it. I really loved it. My number 3 The Wire.
Wire.
The Wire. I mean, I came on late. You know, all my buddies and stuff was talking about it from work and stuff, and I'm like, you know what, y'all ain't gonna do nothing but ruin it for me. So I'm always late on these shows because people, they don't know how to shut their damn mouths, and they gotta spoil it for you. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll catch it when I catch it. My number two, I would say was the Rifleman. The Rifleman, the Western. Now that was one of my dad's. That was one of my pop's favorite. My dad and my mom, they both loved those Westerns. Yeah. And every time I watch them, you know, I always think of my dad. You know, I lost my dad back in '94, so you know, I try to do little things, you know, that I remember doing with my dad with my boys now. And my number one is the Twilight Zone.
Oh, snap.
I can watch it. You know, I can watch every episode back to back with no problem. You know, seeing as the end of the year is coming up and everything, and they're gonna have that marathon, and you know, Big Chuck's gonna be sitting there watching it. You know, I'm a pause. You know, I might have to pause it. You know, I might have to miss a couple of minutes of it. You know, they go, you know, finish some, you know, grab me something to eat or something like that, or whatnot. But
that's about eating, niggas.
You know what? But I'm just saying, the Twilight Zone. I mean, I've been so fascinated with the Twilight Zone since I was a youngin'.
Yeah,
and,
them
you know,
good,
to this day, I still watch it.
Outer Limits.
I mean, yeah, that's, you know, I watch that too. But you know, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna say one honorable mention: the Three Stooges.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
for me.
Man,
Three Stooges.
Some good shows. I love all of them.
That's a good. That's a good.
I'm finna watch some TV tonight.
You on mute? Go on. You on mute? Because I'm about to go to SP, but you on mute. You saying something?
Quick question, Chuck. The Three Stooges are all right. Oh, we got Larry, Curly, and Mo. Or Larry, Curly, and Shemp.
Oh,
it was two different ones.
Mo, Larry, Curly, Shemp, and Joe.
Oh, what?
Yeah. All of them? You can't pick all of them.
Actually, it was six. Actually, it was six because Curly Joe was another add-on, but the original Curly was Mo's brother who died in 1952.
Oh, wow.
Damn, Chuck. What the hell? You the goddamn...
Dang, Chuck.
Hall of Fame.
He's IMDb.
I love the Three Stooges.
We know who the brain when we have a game show.
Yeah, you calling Chuck for
all questions. Jeopardy? I watch Jeopardy like there's no tomorrow. I get the questions right.
Jeopardy made me feel like I'm just dumb.
I know. I love Jeopardy. Sometimes
I what the hell? I'm through with Jeopardy.
I love Jeopardy.
That's how I gained my knowledge from watching Jeopardy and the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, man, yeah.
The mannequin, is she ever gonna age? What the? Let's hold on. Let me stop. Let me get off that. But SP, let's talk about your good shows real quick. Some people about to go. You know?
One of my favorite shows is P-Valley.
Yeah.
P-Valley is it's actually about a strip club. I love strip clubs. I don't know about nobody else, but I love strip clubs.
There's a couple other people that love strip clubs on here. They ain't gonna say nothing. I don't know. They might say that.
If I wasn't married, I'd probably go to one right now.
It was me and my husband went to strip clubs all the time. I love strip clubs, and so to see this show with Eva Marcel, to see a woman hold her spot like that, it shows the dynamics between getting older as a stripper and have been the star of the show, and then these young ones come in and you trying to do tricks you ain't never did before and find out I dislocated my shoulder. You know,
I'm sorry.
It's just it's an interesting show to watch. You know, besides the storyline, just the human nature of it all.
Yeah.
Oh
my next show was Sisters. I really love this show. It's about 5 sisters just living life, but it really shows the dynamic of sisters because one sister's real bougie, one works at the airport, you know, but how they come together and stick together and support each other.
Where's that on at? People want
that's on BET.
Okay.
My next show,
Oh, okay. Mm.
My next show is Queen Sugar.
Yeah.
Queen Sugar is on the old network.
What the hell's that?
Sound like a sugar daddy show to me.
I know, what the hell?
Well, it's about a family who owned a sugar plantation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a black family who owned a sugar plantation, and the different ways they're trying to be undermined, and it's just a really good show, even within the family.
Yeah, I got
my next show is Drunk History. Drunk History is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, because they get drunk and they gotta tell the story. Yeah.
It's how I got my daughter to get interested in history. It's because they made it entertaining, and then she went and she wanted to find out that the cereal she was eating was made from bacteria. You know, that kind of thing. Like Kellogg's, how Kellogg's was invented. So I love that show. And my last show is Jon Stewart, The Problem with White People.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I never saw that yet. What's that? It's new
that
podcast?
Show, this is a show where people always talk about racism and systemic racism and the dynamics of it. He is talking to white people because he said black people ain't the problem, we're the problem.
Oh,
so
okay.
he makes the case for reparations. He makes the case for policing in the United States and why it's not a black people problem, it's a white people problem.
Mm.
And the things that need to happen to change it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check it out. Okay.
And just on my honorable mention is The Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. And I know you don't like them, but the reason I like them is because they show these dynamics in our culture that really need to be addressed. Like The Real Housewives of Potomac is right now dealing with colorism.
Okay.
Married to Medicine dealt with a woman who is feeling lonely in her marriage because her husband is working all the time. But even so, even though he's working all the time, because in his mind he's the provider, and what she's saying is, I am alone all the time, and I know you want to be a provider, but you also have to be a husband. So those dynamics are interesting to me. And yes, they have the drama and all of that stuff, but for me, it's the underlying marriage issues. They talk with Married to Medicine. They talk about how important vaginal stimulation is. You know, these kind of topics that we just don't really get into as Black people because we consider them private. Those are issues that I think are important, and they find a way to add them in, even though they do have the drama between the women.
Loving it, man. I'm loving everybody's list. Just real quick, if anybody has to go, let me know. What I want to just do real quick, two more things. The first thing I'm going to do is if anybody want to talk about the shows that were mentioned real quick, if anybody want to like dive into maybe even more on their list real quick. Anybody want to talk about more shows or, you know, or
I just got one, man.
Yeah, Chuck.
Snowfall.
Okay, Snowfall. That's a good one.
Yo, I mean, it's basically about a young Black man in Los Angeles. I use the big words. Instead of saying LA, I said Los Angeles. Basically, how cocaine started in America.
Well, over to that region, not how it started, but
yeah. Well, I'm just saying that's how it. You know how the dynamics of how it was getting to the country, and how, you know, people would, you know, people of power would just letting it slide and stuff like that. So that was something that, you know, I told my nephews to watch, because, you know, they always talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. I was telling them how the neighborhood was before cocaine got into our neighborhoods and stuff, and then they was like, oh no. But then when my sister, you know, co-signed it and everything, and my mother, now they watch it, you know, they were like, damn, Unc, you know, you was on to something. I said, you know, I just wish I had somebody, you know, back when I was younger, talk to me the way I'm talking to y'all guys right now, because I got to see a lot of things in my 40 plus years of living in Boston, and, you know, going, you know, having an opportunity to go around the world and see things.
Yeah, we actually got to live it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of watching it on TV.
Yeah. I want to add to basically it's a Freeway Ricky Ross story. It's Freeway Ricky Ross. He was one of the many. He's one of the many people that was like that, but they kind of took it off of that. And the one thing that was made right is that they put him on the show, like as far as like gave him some credits or something like that with that, because that was the big thing him and John Singleton was fighting over. He's like, you're telling my story and you're not giving me credit for my story, type of thing. So they rectify that. One thing I want to add, what Technisha said as far as like Ozark. I think Ozark was probably, out of all the shows that came out in the last couple of years, and I was focused on like the history of shows, you know, that easily cracked my top 10 of shows based on the character development and the storyline, and Marty Bird and how he maneuvered and just genius. Only he could play that character, because he was always calm. Like, he was always calm when the things was going crazy. But it's kind of like, you ever notice a good actor, you don't know that they're acting. So like, you'll look at him like, you're really acting or you're just talking, like, because you act like this off the camera too. So you acting now, like, that's kind of how I felt about Jason Bateman and his growth as an actor, as far as like he produces on that show and all that stuff. There was one more show. Oh my God, I was gonna say. Oh,
I know you had a list, man. You like,
yeah. This is a new one though. Check out, when you get a chance, check out Your Honor on Showtime. So Your Honor is the new season. Will start on January 13th. But it's with my man Bryan Cranston, and it's based in New Orleans. So basically, he's a judge. So first season ended, and I'm not going to ruin that if anybody want to watch it, but the premise is he's a judge, and an incident happened involving his son. So it happens to involve his son and a powerful mobster. It affects his life too. So Bryan Cranston's the whole show is for him to try to do whatever he can to keep his son out of harm's way, and he's breaking the law, but he's a judge. So he has foresight to look at cases and judge cases a certain way.
Oh yeah.
So he's
so
manipulating
that power in the back.
But he's doing it to keep his son in it, like his son not in jail, well, out of jail first of all, and not getting him killed. So it's one of those shows. He's like Bryan Cranston. It's a drama. It's dope. And then the season 2 comes out January. So
I'm gonna check that one out. That one sound good. I'm a huge Bryan Cranston fan too, man. I was watching when Malcolm in the Middle.
That's what I'm saying. Malcolm in the Middle.
Come on, man. Like I know my boy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. All type of stuff, man. So yeah, that's my boy, man. Anybody else got any shows before we go into some passive income things, and then we're gonna get out of here? Anybody else want to talk about some more shows, or is that it?
No, we can go on to passive income, man.
All right, cool. So, you know, what I usually do, you know, they just call it the passive podcast. You know, we talk about passive income, and this is, you know, why I invited Technisha on the show. So, you know, I usually, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, I try to help. I try to, you know, and I try to give free help. I mean, eventually I'm going to do a program, write a book on it, and then, of course, make money off what I'm giving away free, because, you know what I'm saying, you got to make money off what you know what I'm saying? So, but I've been doing this show with Chuck and Juan for like 2 years. We're giving away free information, but we have fun on the show too. That's why we have these topics. So, you know, I just want to like go on some more passive income ideas. If you guys have some, let me know after I speak on these. So, number one is building a program and selling it, and that's what I'm talking about. I can build a program and talk about passive income, and then I can develop into a book, and then I can sell it. You know what I'm saying, or something, right? I'm something that you know, something that you love. It could be about nails. It could be anything, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You know about Chuck, you at the train
Yo.
station? You trying to run away from your wife, man? What's going on, man? But
Nah, I'm not trying to run away, man. I'm just doing something, yo.
I'm just here, like, anyway, the number 2 is like writing a book, an ebook, a blog. You can accumulate funds by putting your thoughts out there and helping others, because people are just like you. There's millions of people just like you, man. I think just like you. So why not write something, have a journal, maybe put it on a blog, put it on a, an ebook, a book, write a book. I'm writing the book, I'm writing a book with myself. I got a couple books in line coming out, writing a book with SP. So we're trying to accumulate funds at the same time, teaching people like we do every day. We give away free information all the time. When we podcast, Vaughn knows he's a podcaster. Number 3, invest in real estate and REITs. Real estate, buying land, that's where it's at. Buy real estate. If you don't want to buy real estate and be a landlord, REITs is the second best thing. REITs is just basically digital real estate. And if you don't know about it, you can talk to me later about it, or just do your research on your own. Number 4, rent something you own. Rent out your car if you ain't using it. Rent out a room if you ain't using it. A basement, a garage, I don't know, something. Think outside the box. Rent your tools. If you ain't using your tools, you got a lot of tools. Rent your tools out. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do to get passive income. You know what I'm saying? Number 5 is peer-to-peer leading. And that means like, okay, I know something, right? And then Vaughn goes, yo, Mark, man, can you teach me how to get out of debt? Boom. I teach him how to get out of debt. He paid me like, I don't know, $10 an hour, whatever, something, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, it's peer-to-peer, information, but teaching others to make a profit. You know what I mean? When that's a peer-to-peer, don't have to be somebody I really know. I know Vaughn, I give him $2. I give him a $2 discount, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But it's just something that you want to, you share it and you try to make a profit out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, Juan, you got any new passive income ideas, man? You know how we always try to add one in to see if we can find anything new out there. Or maybe you just want to talk about it in general.
To me I think if you're good at reducing people's stress, you can actually probably go online and start your own little online service, because it seems like that's what people prefer, online spiritual help for a small fee. So that's a good income. I've been seeing that a lot popping up. So if you're good at calming people down, making them level-headed, why not make a buck at it?
That's a good one, Juan. Yeah, that's a real good one, man. Once you start studying that Buddhism, you know what I'm saying? I'm chopping it up over there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, let us know, man. Get into it deep, man. You might can sell a book. Like you said, you could probably teach us, man. Teach me, man, how to calm my ass down sometime. You know what I mean?
Well, you're already there. We already got the ballpark going, so we good.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. Vaughn, you got anything you can share for passive income? Anything you're thinking about on your podcast?
Yeah, I can just say I know we talked. Yeah, I know we talked about this offline, Mark, but just in general, anybody that's doing any podcasts or anything like that, brand yourself. And by that I mean go down, get your LLC for your podcast name, get the business ID, do that. That'll cost you a little bit of money, nothing crazy, but it'll cost you something, right? But if it's something that you really want to do, it's worth it, right? Once you get that, I think you should, and this is me speaking, this is what I'm doing, but after you get that, then you can start getting sponsors or trying to go to sponsors, right? And all you got to do is not even nothing hard. And honestly, I heard this from Wallow, Wallow and Gilly, but Wallow, basically, take like your algorithms that you have within your your social medias. We know with Twitter they can say how many people that it reached and how many impressions you received for certain things. You can even take the highest ones you have, you know how it goes, and just show that, and then look at up and coming businesses, like the barbershop that's in town. Ask for a sponsorship from them, but don't charge at first, right? But get that, and then you have a package, you have an NIL number. They know that this is a real business, not just, hey, you're not just giving Vaughn $100 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, say the check goes to a certain account. They know that you seem more legit when your business is together, right? And once you do that, then you can start getting sponsorships, like the stated, like go to the barbershop, go to the hair salon, the braiding shop, the nail shop, and just give them spots on your pod. Just shout them out, give them a commercial, whatever you want to do. And then eventually, as the numbers grow up, you can say, okay, if you're seeing a jump in clientele, then you can charge a rate. Like your rate is not going to start off high. That's what I'm saying. Like it's going to happen fast. It has to grow. But that's a way to start, I think. And especially if you're in like this podcast lane to get yourself out there. So that's what I would say.
No, great information, man. Chuck, I'm gonna go to you next, and then SP, and then Tech. Chuck, what you got for us? Chuck, you there? Let's skip over to Chuck, man. Chuck, I don't know what Chuck doing, man. SP, man, what you got for us, man?
So I'm in Texas. So right now it's the holidays and it's green season. So if you have a garden or you make you a garden, it doesn't take much for you to make a garden in your backyard. But all of the surplus, my cousin just did that when she planted collard greens, mustard greens, and cabbage. And she just made about $600 this month just on the excess vegetables that she had that they couldn't use up before they went bad. She just took everything in excess and sold it, and she made about $500-600 in about a week. So gardening is always therapeutic, but it can also give you extra income. Even with tomatoes, have you seen the price of tomatoes in the store?
Yeah, I love tomatoes. Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah,
so
yeah.
She sells a bushel of tomatoes with like 5 tomatoes in it for like $10.
Okay. No, that's a good one. Chuck, are you awake? We're talking about food. Chuck, you there? We're talking about food.
And it costs about 30 cents to plant. And they really don't need much. They don't really need much tending. You just plant them, stick a stick in the ground, and put some water on them once a week.
Now you always got some good ones. It's funny because like I got the digital thing that I always put down at the end of the show because I like to add on to it. And like if you look at the end of it, I think it says sell chickens or buy chickens. That was from SP. So whatever like this, if there's good ideas, I will add them to the show. And I want people to invest in their time and look into them. You got to do the time. You got to invest the time. So Technisha, what's going on, man? I know you guys, you're new to the show. You're welcome to the show. You're welcome to all.
Oh, thank you. Because I got an advanced training call to actually get on. But as far as it goes with passive income, it's so many ways. You can do paid surveys. I know it's a lot of time of yourself, but that's a one way. You can also do Amazon storefront. A lot of people are doing those, getting into digital marketing more. Attraction marketing is a big hit. I myself, I do network marketing. Most people like to down that sometimes, but I do it. Mine is more in the financial literacy area. People are losing lives out there. You need life insurance.
Oh yeah. You need life insurance.
You need life insurance. You need to get yourself together with your credit because cash can only take you so far. So there are ways. As SP said, it's in your backyard. You just have to find what actually works for you and get it done. Because by the end of the day, if you had to pay a light bill $200, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. To pay that, or Georgia Power gonna be looking at you like, okay, your lights out. Have a good day, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Your lights out though. All right. So, you just gotta find ways. Look around, see what you could sell. Like you said before, see what you can rent out. Maybe you could rent out an extra room that you don't need. Well, okay, probably not do that because times are a little bit different. People are crazy. But you gotta just make it work. If your W-2 is not working out for you, and we know how that goes.
Real quick, so I know you gotta go promote, Technisha, and then I know you gotta get out of here. And thanks for coming on the show. So
you're so welcome. My name, as you said, I'm on all social media platforms: LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I always give out financial and credit tips to help you every day to better yourself, to teach you ways where you could be able to repair your own credit. Tell you ways with the importance of getting life insurance. That's what I do as well. And if you are looking to make an additional income, if you want to do it while you're working part-time, anytime, sleep time, while we on this Showtime, you can do that as well.
Thank you, Queen. I swear to God, you know,
You're
you're
so
part
welcome.
of the family now. You're part of
I
the
enjoyed this. I sure did. I love you guys. I love it. And I'm glad you had another woman on with me. Thank you, SP.
Oh, I got this. It's not just man. We got other women that come on the
Yes,
show.
thank you.
Yeah, we don't just dominate. We, you know.
I thought, if you think you're lonely now.
All right, who's next to promote, man? Because I know the show kind of ran longer than usual. It's usually an hour and a half.
Chuck, you not bad. Chuck, you still.
I know what's going on with Chuck, man. I don't know what you
doing.
I think he's Juan.
Oh, Chuck.
I don't know what's up with Chuck. Anybody who's want to promote next? I know that's the time's running.
I'm back.
Oh, there goes Chuck.
Yeah, there you go, baby. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm sorry. No, I was. I had a customer, not a customer, neighbor asking me a question. I'm sorry.
Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We just messing with you when you was gone. Juan was dishing you. I was trying to stick up to you for you, man. Juan was, you know what I'm saying, all over you, man. Juan. You know how Juan go. But anybody else want to promote, man? Before we get out of here, what y'all got going? Vaughn, what you got? I know you got the podcast going. Tell us about the podcast, Vaughn.
Yeah, you know, straight to the point with Vaughn. It's weekly, but sometimes might be semi-monthly, depending on what's going on.
The baby coming, it might be every year now.
We still tapping in with it, but just check that out. You can find us at all DSPs, you know, from your Amazons to your Spotify's to whatever. Look at Apple, you find me on there. Straight to the point with Vaughn. So we pretty much talk about whatever's happening during that week. I talk about, and I have a new segment that I'm doing now with I always used to do music choices, but now I'm actually, instead of saying what I like, I'm actually tapping them with independent artists and telling them, you know, send me your music and I'll play it on the pod. So that section will be for that artist. So we had Ron Mallory last week that I put on, play two of his songs, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm trying to tap in with everybody.
Good. That was a great addition.
Yeah, man, appreciate that. Just trying to tap in, man, so everybody rock with me. Check me out.
Vaughn is the man, man. Vaughn, again, appreciate you for coming on the show, man. I know it went longer than, I hope you enjoyed yourself, man. I know it went longer than it. But those issues, we had to talk about those issues. I gotta let it flow.
Oh, yeah, I love chopping it up with you guys, man. It's a great show, and you guys are dope, man. Thanks for having me on again, man. Appreciate that.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, Vaughn. SP, what's going on, man? What you got to promote, SP?
So the formula. This Thursday on the formula, we are dealing with maternal mortality and the importance of Black men in the birthing process and how to support your partner through that, and also empowering Black men to actually be a part of those processes, because for every 1,000 births, 10.5 Black women die. And we have the highest mortality rate of any race in the United States. So I think this is an important topic for, especially to empower Black men, because so often they are an afterthought. But when there is a pregnancy, they have thoughts, they have feelings, they have emotions, they have things that are also a part of them that they have to deal with. And so I think finding ways to support them through that process is also important. So we have Andre Nelson. He is a healthcare analyst. And we also have the name has slipped my Amari.
So let me go to my notes. I'm on the show, so I know.
Amari, who lost his spouse 2 weeks after giving birth from a pulmonary embolism. And so it's just ways you can know the signs and symptoms and things that you need to be watching out for, and learn not to be so stoic in the face of pain to know that there's help out there. There are ways that you can actually navigate this from a place of knowledge and not have to follow just what the doctor said because they're the doctor.
It was a great show. His name's Amari Maynard, and then it's Andre Nelson. Of course, I'm on the Formula podcast with her, so you guys go check it out on Thursday. Great episode. These men are excellent. They're strong. You know, like she said, one lost his wife, man. Like during this is insane. And he's still advocating, running around the world. The strength with these guys that came on the show is incredible, and the stuff that they're sharing is just amazing, man. I was bowing down to him every 2 seconds, man. So yeah, Speak, appreciate it, man.
Wait, one more thing.
What else you got?
Go Scout. Go download that app if you are pressed for or need an extra income. That is a great app to download. It's just basic research surveys, like on your grocery shopping habits or your thoughts on the holidays, how do you relieve stress, those kind of things. And then they pay you anywhere from $25 to $200 just to participate in those research surveys.
Oh, that's good. You said Go Scouts?
Yes.
Okay. Give me the information later.
Yeah, put that in the notes, Mark.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description. I'll give y'all the information. I'll get y'all the information. Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I was doing one. I'm doing one that's, I think it's Insta Dollar or something like that on there. And I'm like, man, y'all actually, the questions are, simple questions and stuff. But I mean, come on, dude. A lot of them I don't qualify for and shit. And I'm like, you're wasting my time then if I don't qualify for them.
So you can't even get the money, you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are qualifying questions you have to, but for the most part, they are. It's finding the ones that works for you. I always try to find the ones that are that sound age appropriate. I know there's no researchers who want to hear me talk about video games at 50.
Probably not.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I'm, the age bracket is fine, the income is fine, but as soon as I say I put my race, I'm not qualified no more.
Yeah, I never put race. I always put that I don't
want to speak about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Race, and I don't put sexual orientation. I don't even do that on regular application.
Oh, I always click on freak.
But you're a freak. Okay. All right, those are some good ones, man. I appreciate it, man. Anybody else got to promote Chuck and Juan? What you got, man?
Oh no, I ain't got nothing else.
Chuck, your wife still
be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout.
For what? Oh, the truck. Don't talk about the truck again, man.
Topless breast, extra crispy, with that secret sauce. No, I'm joking. No, I don't got. I don't have anything to promote. One thing I gotta say, man. Hey, everybody needs someone to talk to. You're never too strong to speak to a friend, a loved one, or relative. I mean, you ain't gotta love your relatives like that, but I'm just saying, everybody's not too strong to speak to somebody.
True.
Because I mean, don't suffer in silence. If you got something, you got something on your mind, Cujo75 on Twitter, that's me. If you want to talk, hit me up. Charles Shears on Facebook. Inbox is open. You need to talk about something. You want to toss some jokes with me. That's fine.
All right. I know where to find you.
Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Just talk to somebody.
Yeah,
It's
all
not
our
about
information.
masculinity. It's not about being, feeling weak. You have a blessed day.
All information will be in the description from Vaughn, from SP, from the new guests, everybody. So if y'all looking for us to talk or any subject that we enlighten you on, you want more information, man, y'all just hit us up, man, in the description. We will have all the information there. All right, so let's get out of here. I don't know if anybody watches late night football. Hopefully is there a game on tonight? I'm not even sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it is, man.
Your Giants and Washington are playing.
Okay, I was wondering why I was like, where's my Giants?
I need Saquon Barkley to score at least 2 touchdowns, man, so we can get in this Super Bowl.
You throw a fantasy league?
Yes, sir.
Fantasy is what's all about, right? That's what it's all about right now.
Number 1,
fantasy.
baby. Number 1. I'm number 1 in my league. I need it. I need that $5,000.
Oh, it's a $5,000 league?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Chuck, don't you owe me some money, man?
I owe you shit.
I'm gonna say it right now, dog.
You talking to the wrong Chuck, man, because it's not me. All the strip clubs I done paid for you, man.
Hey.
All right, fellas.
All right, man. We out of here, man. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. Love over hate, man. Much more love than hate, man. Y'all crazy, man. Thanks, SP, for being on. Thanks, Vaughn and Technisha, man, as well, man. We out of here, man. Peace out, y'all. Y'all crazy, man. Chuck, man.